Hi, I'm Jason, and this is the Cultural Breakdown. Later this week, we're going to get the release of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and so far things are looking historically abysmal for the movie. Lucasfilm has to be scared right now because they must see the writing on the wall that they're going to be losing money, but the question is just how bad are they going to be losing? Right now, according to this article from Bounding into Comics, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny box office projections describe an abysmal film could lose upwards of $250 million. That's $250 million that they could lose on just this one movie right here. Keep in mind, I previously did a video on this about how Disney has lost nearly $900 million within the last year. I had some disputes with those numbers, but either way, the numbers aren't looking good at the box office, and now you can add this onto the pile. The opening weekend at the box office is not looking good for Lucasfilm's upcoming film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, as projections for the film continue to fall, with one analyst claiming it could lose upwards of $250 million. Now, a lot of these figures are coming from Box Office Pro, where they're going by the early projections. To see where this can actually land. Earlier in the month, they said it would probably get around $81 to $111 million opening, with 225 to 380 million in the whole theatrical run of this. But as time has gone on, they've just actually been reducing the amount that they think that they're going to get. And now this is what the opening is 68 million to 95 million, they're saying, for the opening weekend, with around 211 million to 325 million domestically. Keep in mind about the 68 to 95 million dollar mark, because that's actually less than Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, which had an opening domestic opening of around 100 million on a budget that's around 185 million, which with a total of around 790 million dollars globally. So they were able to turn this into a profit. But keep in mind, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was coming out after Last Crusade, so the previous three movies were still beloved and people liked them. But now you got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny following what was essentially a movie that everyone hates, and a lot of people just don't even think of it as a good one. But not only that, with the budget that they have for this, where is this? This is according to Wikipedia. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny has a reported budget of around $395 million. And that's, compared to Crystal Skull, $185 million. So not only is it significantly more expensive, it's projected to take in less amount on its opening weekend, and it needs to make probably as much as what Crystal Skull made in order just to break even. And this is also, keep in mind, other summer competition, like you got the new Mission Impossible coming out, you got Oppenheimer, you got the Barbie movie. Movies that people actually have positive buzz around. Not only does this movie not have positive buzz, but even the critics don't really care for it. All critics, you have it as lukewarm, but top critics are just savaging this movie and don't seem to like it at all. That's the thing people are saying, is it's just kind of an imitation right now. And that's why you're getting weird promotions like this, where they're giving Applebees tickets. And the reason they're doing this is because they don't want to have empty theaters on the opening night. And also, Disney will count this as a ticket sale for them. So it helps them boost their numbers, even though it's basically just one pocket paying another. That's not going to help them in the bottom line, but they can try to use it to save face with this. Just for me, out of curiosity's sake, I went to my local theater, and this is a 7:15 showing on Friday night, one of the earliest evening showings, and look at the empty seats here. There's just nothing here. Granted, this is anecdotal, but it's one of the larger theaters in my area, so I figured this is probably a good representation of the surrounding area, and no one is even buying tickets early for this because no one wants to see this movie. It's obvious that no one wants to see this movie. And the reason is because of the early rumors about Phoebe Waller-Bridge being the main character. And not only that, but Harrison Ford is around 80 years old. He had a good run in his movies, but no one wants to see him play these action roles anymore because he frankly can't do it. And if they wanted to do a spinoff with Indiana Jones, they probably should have picked someone better, because she's a very divisive person and no one wants to see her messaging put into it. We got Kathleen Kennedy coming out saying that they were talking about wanting to do a spinoff with her. So everyone knows that this is really just a vehicle to create the feminist Indiana Jones, and people are just saying no, I'll pass on it. It's possible that after the opening weekend, are people going to come back to this? Yeah, sure, maybe, if it's good word of mouth, but I really don't expect that to happen. The only question is this going to get a $250 million bomb? Because if that happens, Yeah, check this out. That would put it at number one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. So maybe there could be a record set with this movie, but it's not the one that Disney and Lucasfilm is hoping for. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you think it's going to be a historical bomb? I don't think it's quite going to make it to that level, but I think it's going to be pretty bad, probably in the top 10. Comment below, let me know what you think. And if you like this video, click the like button, share the video out there, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.